what's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here from GuitarJamz.com. Happy to be back, bringing you guys one of my favorite tunes. Piano song. So it translates to guitar in a really interesting way. I think it's really good for you as a musician to be able to do that. And I'm going to show you the chords. So we'll zoom in and break it down. Also, my website, GuitarJamz.com. You can check that out too. I've got rhythm lesson, chord lessons, theory lessons, all that stuff on there. There's a link for it right down there. You can try the site for free for 3 days. Let's just zoom in and break this one down right now. Here we go. Okay, quite a few chords. It's not a beginner song, but they can't all be, right? And it's just an amazing song, cool progression. The thing with piano songs, a lot of time they play what are called slash chords, where on the piano it's real easy. It's like a C major chord. It's like 3 white keys, but then a different one of those notes than the root in the bass. It's easy to do on piano. When you end up doing it on guitar, sometimes they're a little more challenging. Let's see. So the intro is A major. And then this little turnaround that happens throughout the song, and it's kind of a slash chord kind of thing. It's a D chord, but with an F sharp in the bass. So you play a D chord, and then D chord, but then thumb on the 2nd fret of the E string. So you got... And then the next one, the official name would be D minor over F. So this is a D minor chord. But then you want a thumb on the 1st fret, okay? So you got D with the 2nd fret on the E, and then D minor with the 1st fret on the E. Now, another way to do that would be to forget the high E altogether, and then you could do it this way. Ring finger on the 3rd fret, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G, index finger on the 2nd fret of the low E. And then we're not even worried about the high E, so we're just going to go 2nd fret. And the high E is just getting muted by my index finger. So the first way. Other way, the easier way. Next chord, E minor 7. It's just the 1st fret on the 2nd fret right there. And then an A7 chord. Check it out. And that's when he's always going, whatever. Not the way I was doing it, but when he goes into that little falsetto, breaks down, and then the song starts over again, or the progression starts over again. All right, here's the verse. B flat major to F major, but we want the A in the bass, another one of those slash chords. So you can play an F chord like that, but with the low A in there. If you just played a full F bar chord, maybe totally works. C. So then C's the next chord. So you got B flat, F, C, a walk down, and that's called G over B. But it's just like a C chord. Ring finger comes off, middle finger comes up to the 2nd fret of the A string. Okay, so here's the verse. B flat, F chord, C chord, a walk down. Starts over to B flat, F, then just C. So then there's like a little walk-up thing, and it's pretty fun. It's just a chromatic scale, so it's every note, just all half steps back up, from C back to B flat, but right before we get to it, we play the full B flat chord. Let me go back. We got the D over F sharp, D minor over F, E minor 7, A7. And then the verse, B flat, F, walk down. B flat, F, then just C. And then now here's the chromatic thing. My finger's already where it needs to be. 3rd fret, 4th fret, then open D. 1, 2, 3, 4. So check it out. Then the open G. 1, 2. Back into the progression. Check it out. F, C, walk down, B flat over F. Now a new thing. It's another one of those slash chords. It's actually a way you would play that D over F sharp, but as a movable chord. That helps at all. It does happen. So check it out. It's an A flat major chord. So we're just playing a straight up bar chord right here, 4th fret on the E string root. Okay. And this, it's an E flat major chord, but with the 3rd in the bass, with a G in the bass. So it looks all fancy and stuff. It comes from the Cage system, Cage guitar chord system. So it'd be middle finger is what I'm targeting on the 3rd fret of the G string. And then my index is stretching back. So I'm kind of locking this and then pulling back. And it would be A string muted and then 1st fret of the D, 3rd fret of the G, 4th fret of the B. Start working on that shape and it will get easier. If you need something else, you can play an E flat major chord right here. You know, so be. That's a piano sounding chord. Here it is without that, with just that. So you got that, or they're the same. They function the same way. Okay, here we go from the top of the verse. B flat, F, and C, walk down. B flat, F, then just the C. Da 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 da. B flat, F, C, walk down. B flat, F, A flat, E flat, C, into the chorus. Okay, so I know that's a lot of chords, but it's good to push yourself, you know. See if you can work on it if you're a beginner or you're pushing out of that beginner. This is, you know, got all the chords that pretty much make up all of music, you know. And it's always cool to learn piano stuff on guitar as well. It gives new dimensions to your musicianship, I think. Okay, so now we need the chorus. It's a D chord, D, 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 and then D major 7. So all you're doing is you're playing a regular D, you got that open D string in there, then you just go across the 2nd fret of the G, B, and high E. So that's D major 7. Then we play a D7, which is like an upside down D. So now my index is on the 1st fret of the B. So watch. A G, however you can play it. G7 sounds good too. D7. You know, with that rock and roll kind of thing. Check it out. Here it is again. So it's D, D major 7, D7, and then G back to D7 with the da na 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 na. D, D major 7, D7, G7, or a G to the D7. Does it again. Now turnaround thing. So when you get through the whole cycle of the whole progression, it goes back to that little walk down thing, the first thing I taught you. D over F sharp, D minor over F, and I usually do the cheater way there. Especially when you're playing it by yourself, that bass note. You just want to get the bass notes. And everything's going by quick, so. E minor 7, easiest chord in music, so it gives you a little break. A7, another easy one. And then the whole thing starts over again. So here it is again from the top, a little bit slower. You got the intro, A major. And then they'll turn around. E minor 7, A7. Now the song. B flat, F, C, lock down. B flat, F, C. B flat, F, C, lock down. B flat, F, A flat, E flat inversion, C, builds up. And then we got the D major 7, D7, G, help me understand, D7, D major 7, D7, G, then the turnaround, D over F sharp, D minor over F, E minor 7, A7, then the whole thing starts over again. All right, that was it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Also, my website, link right down there for it. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you again real soon. Take care.